Hello and good morning to everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. That's what I say when I come on board because I usually have persons from all around the world, right? Not just in Trinidad and Tobago or the Caribbean. So first thing I have to make sure that people are hearing me and seeing me. Let me know if you are hearing me and seeing me. I am checking to make sure that I am live on my various platforms. Let me know if you're hearing me and seeing me. I'm seeing one person. I think that's on my Facebook page. So yes, I'm live there. And looks like I'm also live on LinkedIn. So it's looking good. So let me just check it back. Yep, looks good, looks good. All right, folks. So again, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending on where you are joining me from. My name is Debbie Jolie, and I am a marketing strategist and business development consultant. Let me know if you are hearing me and seeing me. Let me come make myself full screen again. Um, I am in the Caribbean. Okay, I got a thumbs up. I am in the Caribbean, most southern Caribbean country, Trinidad and Tobago, and I'm excited about this particular live. Hi, Christopher. Good. All right. I'm always concerned to make sure that you're hearing me, you're hearing me, and you're seeing me, right? So, as persons come on, I just want to just give a little bit of a background on what this is all about, right? This Saturday, I am having my Munch and Marketing event on the 28th of October, right? And it's a dual sort of event. I've had this Munch and Marketing event for the last 5 years, give a little history on that. Um, but it is also tied very, very closely now to my 10th anniversary in business, right? So I started my business in 2013. And so I'm celebrating 10 years. Kind of seems like a really, really long time. So if you are on, let me know. We are supposed to be live on Facebook, live on LinkedIn, live on YouTube. Let me know what platform you are joining me from. Let me know where you're hearing me from, where in the world you're joining me from. I just want to come on quickly and share some really interesting information about the Munch and Marketing and why, of course, it is so important and significant to me and why it will be helpful for all entrepreneurs right here in Trinidad and Tobago, right? So let me just put back up my slide a little bit. Add it back. Let me make sure, right, so that you can see. So thank you, Kyle, and thank you for joining me. So just to give again, right, the Munch and Marketing is in its 5th year, right? We didn't have anything during the pandemic, unfortunately, right? We started it in 2018. We had it face to face 2018, 2019. Then 2020, we didn't know what to do. So we didn't have anything in 2020. And then 2021 and 2, we had it virtually, right? It has always been a sort of a workshop type event where it is meant to provide some information to all entrepreneurs, mostly in business development and marketing. This year, we're going to make it, a little bit larger. We're catering to about 50 persons, and it is really supposed to be much more of a networking event, much more of a celebration because it has been 10 years. I started my business in 2020, in 2013. I registered it there, worked in it for about 2 years. Then between 2015, part of 2015 into 18, went back into the corporate space, and then jumped back into full-time entrepreneurship in 2019, and I've been there since. Of course, we went through a pandemic, and so I had to recalibrate and evolve. And so I can tell you that my business from 2013 to now is not the same. It has changed and evolved just based on customers' needs. And so that is part of what we will be sharing, not just my story, but really the story of other entrepreneurs who are able to, who have been able to grow their business and grow their brand. So I'm excited to kind of just talk about that, right? So what I'm going to do here is introduce some of our sponsors and speakers, so you'll get a little bit of an idea of who will be at the event, the value that they will be offering. We have tons of giveaways, and we're trying to cram it all into 3 hours, right? Lots of activities to do. So let me just start by introducing two of my sponsors here. CETAL College and both Media Insight are companies and brands that I've had significant business relationships with. I'll start with CETAL College. I've been a lecturer for maybe 16 or 17 years, and I've been, a adjunct lecturer and facilitator at that college for 16 or 17 years, right? CETAL College does, of course, courses from certificates right up to bachelor's and master's degrees. So if you are in a space where you are transitioning from one career to another career, or you're moving from one industry to another industry, or you're looking for a promotion, I do advise you to really check them out. I think I have some links here I can put in as well. Let me go back. I will drop in their links as we go. Let me see. Copying their links, right? So that you will be able to really contact them, right? I'm an advocate. Of course, there always debates about whether it makes sense, if tertiary education is important and valid. And as a Caribbean female entrepreneur, and prior to that, really a professional, I always say tertiary education really helped me get my foot in the door. It gave me a way to differentiate my business and my brand. It is my number one, and my number two investment in my life has been my personal brand. So I fully endorse really looking at upskilling and going back and looking at ways in which you can really give yourself that particular edge, right? So I have them. I do have their phone numbers and, of course, their website there, and feel free to reach out to them. There are a number of persons from CETAL on LinkedIn, and they're pretty active, so feel free to reach out to them, right? The second sponsor I have is Media Insight. And Media Insight, if you don't know, is a media monitoring organization, right? They really help to collect Caribbean media intelligence. So what does that mean? If you have a business or brand and you want to better understand what your customers think about your business or brand, they have that data. They collect the data in terms of how your brand is mentioned in traditional, so TV, radio, print, as well as in the online space. So they deal with a lot of large organizations, of course, that want to really have a B2C audience and want to really know their brand and their brand positioning. But I want to mention one service that I think as entrepreneurs, so anybody that is like a consultant, HR consultant, sales consultant, business development consultant, they have a service called tender tracking that allows you to be able to access all the current tenders that are available. So if your business is one that you want to be able to tender more on jobs and projects, of course, to build and scale your business, this is a service that you should reach out to them for, right? There are tenders all over the Caribbean, and of course, it can help professionals like you and I. So I do encourage you to reach out to them. I am going to try to drop in their links here. Their salesperson, their marketing and salesperson is someone called Joelle, and I am dropping in Joelle's link here, as well as the media insight. Boom, good. As well as the media insight website. So feel free, guys, to check it out. Again, for our event, there are giveaways from these sponsors. So you really want to attend. I mean, these are brands that I believe in, I trust, I have long-standing relationships with them. So feel free to reach out to them for anything that we mention here, right? I want to say hello to the Telecommunications Authority. Thank you for joining me. All right, so my next slide, let's introduce you to speakers now, right? So Munch and Marketing networking event, you're going to really meet some interesting persons and persons that could also help your business. Now, I find, as we near the end of the year, persons are in a mindset of planning. They want to launch a product. They want to launch a new business. They have a new business idea. They want, they're in that space. So, and I try every year to bring on different types of persons in different spaces and so on. And so I'm bringing on Arlene Hamblin Paul, who is actually a co-adjunct lecturer with me at Cipriani College, right? So Arlene has more than 20 years, more than 25 years in education and facilitation. And she's actually going to talk about exactly what I just said here, goal setting and goal planning, but not only just that aspect of it, but how you can realistically set goals and be able to achieve them. I think that's the hardest thing for persons in general, not just entrepreneurs. We tend to have these ambitious goals at the beginning of the year, and by March, they're gone. And I have my own way that I set goals. I kind of set them in like 90-day batches. So it makes it a little more realistic and more, it's like a bite size, right? It's not a big goal that you're trying to work towards, and if you don't see the results, you tend to kind of fall away. So I try to bring the goal a little bit closer in order to hit it to get to that final destination, right? So I'm excited to have Arlene, who is a colleague of mine, on board, right? So a speaker, she will be, giving us some goal setting tips or advice. Any questions, feel free to drop it in the chat. I will try my best to answer it. For anyone who is now joining me, because I'm seeing the numbers changing, we are just talking about Munch and Marketing that is going to take place on October the 28th, 5 to 8 p.m. Passage to Asia, Chaguanas, it is the networking event that you need to be at in order to really set yourself um, for 2024 goals, right? So, introducing my next two sponsors, right? I have the Telecommunications Authority. They are on now, and Isaac 98.1. Of course, that is radio, right? So the Telecommunications Authority, of course, are regulators, right? So they are in that telecommunication space. I was able to really collaborate with them in 2021, presenting personal branding and having um, over 200, I believe close to 250 participants online in an online workshop, helping them to build their digital presence. Why I love this company is because they really try to push digital transformation and build awareness, of course, from young persons into persons who want to really develop their business and brand. So I'm glad to collaborate with them again um, for my Munch and Marketing. And of course, Isaac, I've had a, you know, a relationship with them maybe since 2018, I think. We've collaborated and worked together, done training. For persons that don't know, this is, of course, radio and a gospel radio station, and of course a means through which you can advertise your particular product or service. So you might be hearing ads. If you listen to Isaac, you'll be hearing my ads playing all this week, and so I'm excited to have them as well as sponsors. And as I mentioned, you are going to receive giveaways from these companies, right? So you don't want to miss out, right? Let me drop in their links here quickly as I move, right? I'm going to drop in the Telecommunications Authority website so you could have a look there. And of course, Isaac, their website is there as well. And their point person is their sales and marketing manager is Greta. So feel free to reach out to Greta. She can really, really help you in terms of anything you want to find out in terms of advertising, right? And the advertising space. Right, moving on along quickly to my next speaker, Sonia Colony. If you don't know Sonia, you need to find out more about Sonia. Sonia is a little bit of a, I would say, influencer and a local celebrity right here. She is the business owner of Closet Red, but really how I know or know about her is Sonia is essentially a plus size model, and she won the Miss, I don't want to misrepresent, I think it was in 2013, the Miss Plus Size Universe International came here to Trinidad, and she was the winner, right? So Sonia has years in entrepreneurship, and I thought that, and she has a very interesting story. I thought that she would be fantastic as a speaker to come and really talk about growing your business, growing your business in the Caribbean. She has retail outlets, so she can really speak to what has happened during the pandemic and the challenges that she has seen and how she has been able to kind of ride that wave, right? So I'm excited to have her there. She was just featured in our magazine, The Pursuit, so you can find out more about her there. So glad, really, really happy and excited to have Sonia, right? I'm making sure that I'm on time and trying to get everything in. So my next slide now goes to my last two sponsors, right? My last two sponsors are NATCO Safety, right? And Chatter App. Now, charter app persons might not be familiar with, so we're going to be sharing about them as well in our event, right? So, NATCO Safety, if you work in maritime, if you work in construction, if you work in energy, if you work in HSC, or you work in a manufacturing environment, persons that know a little bit about me is that I spent a lot of years actually in construction, right? So I've come from a very technical B2B background. So I'm familiar with this company for many years. I bought my first safety shoe. In fact, I bought both my safety shoes and some safety equipment from NAPCO, right? So essentially, they provide safety equipment, full safety apparel, boots, full PPE. So if you want more information on them, what they are doing, how you can collaborate, feel free again to reach out to them. I do have their, I'm going to try to drop in their links, doing the live as well as doing all the background as well. So here they are. And I am dropping in the Chatter app website as well as we begin to talk about them, right? Okay, so Chatter app is a mobile messaging app. It's going to launch very, very soon. It's actually in a pre-registration phase and you want to get in early. Now, I dropped in the link so that you can pre-register there. The best explanation is that it's going to be similar to WhatsApp, where you can call and you can also message persons. But ideally, what perhaps is the main differentiator here is that the users get rewarded, right? I have a little bit of ambient noise, but I hope you're not hearing it. You get rewarded here. The user gets rewarded from the various advertisers. They get sponsored things. So I do encourage you to go on their website, pre-register. You'll learn more about it at our event. And of course, they are on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and TikTok. Feel free to follow them. So with that, guys, I want to just summarize what you are going to get at our Munch and Marketing. Again, for persons who perhaps just joined us, I am having a dual event. I've had my Munch and Marketing event, which has always been a sort of a workshop event, right? Really more training and development for entrepreneurs in the space of goal setting and marketing and digital marketing and so on. This year, it's much more celebratory, right? Because I am celebrating 10 years in business. And so I want to share the things that I have learned, share the things that other entrepreneurs have learned, guide persons to spaces and resources where they can go to help them grow their business. We are in a time where I think it's better. Information is easier and you have access to more things. And I just think that we are in such a interesting space to grow our business and grow our brand. So I'm always excited to sort of network and to meet persons, especially when you only chat with them on a line. We get to meet in person, right? So you have the opportunity, of course, to network. I have persons who have registered, of course, that are in the education space, persons who are marketers, digital marketers, persons who have financial background. We have virtual assistants. So really a rich pool of entrepreneurs who can essentially help you to build and scale your business, right? The second one, as I mentioned, we'll be introducing this new app, right? and letting you see all the things that are about to unfold with this new app. As I mentioned, it's in a pre-registration phase now, but it's soon to drop. So I encourage persons to go and register with the link that I have in the comments, right? Guys, let me know if you're seeing all those links that I dropped into the comments there, right? The third thing I mentioned giveaways from the sponsors, but there are also persons who, ask, Debbie, can we give away something when we are there? So I said, yes, right, sure. The more, the merrier, right? So you're going to have lots of giveaways from all of the sponsors as well as from other entrepreneurs. Again, an ability to really grow your business. You're going to learn from amazing guest speakers. Hopefully, I will get to the little section on personal branding. Of course, you have great food, and then there's some interesting new opportunities for collaboration and interesting new opportunities for some marketing and courses and different types of promotions in 2024 that we are going to announce at the Munch and Marketing, right? So with that, guys, I kind of come to my last slide, which is back to my first slide. I say thank you for staying with me. I'm seeing persons on. I'm not too sure who they are because I can't see, but if you want, you can feel free to just drop it in the chat as I mentioned, or maybe you are, and sometimes we have a little glitch with LinkedIn and I don't always see the comments. So I'll go back after the live and of course comment on anyone that has put in a comment or a message. I want to just say thank you so much for staying on the live and listening again. Munch and Marketing and a celebration of 10 years in business. And I'm excited to meet a lot of entrepreneurs that I've met online alone and really to network and to collaborate with them. There are a few more spaces left. Feel free to jump on. We will have media at that event as well. So, I mean, it's a really great and rich opportunity to network, to collaborate, and to have fun, right? To have fun. So, with that, guys, I say thank you so much for attending, and I'll see you at my Munch and Marketing. Take care. Bye bye.